Hi and welcome to day 8 of Inktober Tangles challenge 2022. I'm Anica, a certified Zentangle teacher from Croatia, and I hope you might be inspired to draw with me today. Today's tangle is Snack by Thomas Padros. I guess most of you know Thomas. He's a wonderful CZT, very imaginative, awesome at creating new tangles, and this one is right up my alley because it's organic, round lines, everything I love. I'm saying this because many of his tangles are, grid type of tangles, which might not be my cup of tea. Even when I adore looking at them and drawing them, they're usually not my go-to tangles. But this one, Snack, it starts with kind of a stylized letter S, so you can see how I curved the lines towards the center of each of S halves, and I added this little fescue-esque, tangle fescue ending, and then I will just draw these kind of bellies. Isn't it cute? It's so nice. I will draw another one and it will be maybe a bit bigger right here below it, and I will turn it around the opposite way so that it might, bring some more variety in the design. And again, I'm hiding it partially behind whatever is close to it. And you can draw this belly a bit smaller, but I kind of like it when it's curvy like this. And I will draw at least one more. I think right here might be a good placement. So again, starting with a letter S that's kind of embellished, and then adding these belly shapes. And now 3 might be enough for now. Later I can see if I want to add more. Now I think, I have these small spaces between the tangles. Some of them I will certainly ink in, like this one. We have these hearts next to the snack tangle, which are whitish. They're really shiny without any embellishments or inking inside, so I think it's a nice contrast just to add ink between the two. And then I will also add some roundings to these small spaces. I can't remember that word, I'll have to look it up. And after I'm done with this, you can see how I positioned it here on top, right next to the borderline. So I need to just blend this borderline and shade it, and then I will add the shade. And the way that I'll add the shade, I think, is just add black below the lines that might be horizontal or kind of horizontal, whatever. And also, of course, wherever one snack covers the other, or wherever one tangle covers the other. I'm not sure, now that I look at it, that this was the best choice for shading. I'm thinking about maybe another approach that I should have taken. Maybe some shades here on the bottom side, some of these shapes too, just to kind of try to make them look 3D, which I'm not sure I will succeed. In Zentangle, when I started, shading was the scariest part, and I think for you too. So at the beginning I was quite timid. I didn't use shades very freely, let's say. I was kind of fearful about it. But then as I gained more experience, and I didn't necessarily become like a shading pro or anything like that. It was just, you know, I was starting to implement the no mistake rules. I was being more confident in my drawing, but not necessarily the skills, but I was less afraid to make mistakes. I'm sure I was more skillful as I drew more, but I think that wasn't the key. And this is where I started shading freely, you know, instead of fearfully. So I would encourage you to do the same. Shading is something that we can learn about and, you know, practice the whole life. But in Zentangle, shading is not technical as it is in figurative drawing. It's more like a tangle enhancer, meaning the tool which we use to enhance certain tangles. So not necessarily to make something look 3D, although in Zentangle inspired art it is often our goal, but maybe more to, you know, enhance certain parts and bring interest to the drawing. And hopefully this is what I did with this snack by Thomas Padros. I'm sure that Thomas, in his wonderful how-tos or step-outs that he prepares, came up with a wonderful way to shade snack. So I guess that I should have taken some time to go through Thomas's step-outs deeper, but I don't know. I decided to do this really without too much preparation and just do it lightly. So I didn't do that. I didn't prepare for this. But I think it's still kind of cute, you know. It has some volume, there is some interest, it's not totally flat. So I'm happy with it as it is, and I hope that you will be too. And with this, I'm really quick and I'm already done with this day of Inktober Tangles. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow too. Goodbye.